It has been a while since I made a video. I've done a whole lot. My entire house has been a construction zone. There's not been really a day that didn't have, country music and drills blaring from literally the wall across from me, like right behind the camera. So I've not really had an opportunity to record. But that has meant that I've had a lot more time to be able to develop. And my goodness, have I spent a lot of time developing. So, what is new? Pretty much everything. I had a script written out for this video. Oh, and you know what? This is stuff. Ignore that. I had a script written out for this video, but I decided that honestly our best bet, my best bet, might be to just completely ditch a script and go kind of just show you what's changed, because so much has changed. Pretty much everything but the game's general art style has changed. No, sorry, even the art style has changed. The only thing that hasn't really changed is the landscape material. So as you can see, we now have this character here. This character has been modeled completely by me. These animations, these locomotion animations, were taken from the new locomotion set on the marketplace, but all of her attack animation are done by me. So, got some animations to play with. It's pretty neat. As you can see, the art style has changed a little bit. I went for a slightly smoother look than the very angular look that I was going for when I last covered this project. As you can see, there's the plants are all triangles. We still have the dithered camera fade, but even that has actually undergone a rework, because I discovered that the dither camera fade, the way I was doing it before, was actually making it so that anything that had that master material couldn't cast a dynamic shadow, which was a bit of an issue since I want to use only dynamic lighting for this project. So yeah, this is just a very nice feature. I wish more fighting games implemented something like this. But yeah, so that's kind of a short rundown. There are some trees down this way that I want to show off, because I saw the trees going around on game dev Twitter for a little while, and I decided to recreate them. You can see them in the background there. Those are that guy. These trees down here, I'll run down there. That you can't tell from this distance, but that's actually a bit of a drop. We'll come back to him later. He's pretty cool. So these trees, the way that they work, and I'll probably do a tutorial on them relatively soon. Essentially what you do is in Blender 2.8, you take a hair particle system and you cause the particles to render as a mesh, and the mesh is just like 3 intersecting planes. Then you just create a texture that is literally just a few leaves. They're a masked texture, and you just stick them on there. And then what you do, because what you're doing is you're projecting the hair particle system onto a blob or a sphere that you've previously modeled. It doesn't need to be anything fancy at all. And then once you've projected that, you convert them all into static meshes and join them. And then you expand that sphere that you projected them on before, and you apply a normal edit to your new kind of joined plane particle system that targets the sphere and causes them to be shaded in this very nice smooth manner. Now I'm realizing now as I'm looking at these that they really don't have much in the way of wind, so I'll need to do that, make some changes there. Anyways, let's run down here into the forest itself. It's actually not a very large forest. I haven't really done any proper level design yet. I've just kind of laid things out in a way that I thought looked relatively cool. For example, this is very railroady. I probably wouldn't go for something quite as direct here. Yeah, you can see these trees, they look good pretty much from all angles, even up close. We've got some weird texturing issues. I'm working on that because, you know, you got these ones that are very obvious seams in the tiling and stuff. And then this one, which something got messed up with the UVs on this tree. But those are, all in all, relatively minor issues. And there's nothing out there yet. I've really only... I've shown you basically everything that I've kind of placed together. Let's run back up here, and we'll take a look at the boss. So I'm creating a vertical slice. Basically, I'm creating a slice of the game. I'm creating one level that's going to have one boss, all the enemy types that would be in that one level, and maybe a couple armor sets and like 2 weapons. Okay, so there's this guy. Let me load game here. There are some spells. These are just prefab spells with DCS, which they're fine and all, but in general, I'd rather not use them. So we got this dude here. I modeled him. He's kind of like a scrap robot thing. You'll see in a bit, but that ring on his head will goes out and attacks you. It's like it's very cool. In fact, you know what? Just let me just fight him. We'll lock on. This is a mod I made to the not a mod. This is a modification, a rework I did of the camera that causes it to be attached to a socket, so it'll move up and down with larger monsters and stuff, so that it frames the enemy well. Anyways, let's get in here and we'll fight this guy. Hello, pay attention to me. Okay, he hit me. His model still has a way to go. I'm not very happy with the lack of detail on it at the moment. I'd like to add like maybe vines or something attached to him. I originally imagined this game as a little bit more of a desolate wasteland type situation, but the more I've worked on it, the more I really want to have some foliage instead. A bit more foliage, I suppose. Oh, I've also added some minor particle effects. Nothing insane. Just kind of... Ooh, crap. I think he hit me there. Oh, okay. I was able to dodge through it. I'm worried he's a little easy. I suppose I did burn through three health potions there. But I am worried he's a little easy. Also, there's this chargeable attack. This is using the ability system. You can hold it. I haven't yet implemented increased damage for a longer charge. It would be cool if I could do increased range and increased damage for a longer charge. I'll do at least damage. We'll see about range. It's going to depend on how blend spaces work and stuff. An unintended side effect of that animation is that if you do it off of a cliff, that happens. It's a bit of an issue. I think it's kind of fun, but I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring out a lot of how I want this game to play. So we'll see. But yeah, that's oh yeah, and I forgot to also mention, I now have a code name for the game. It's called Latus or Latus, however you want to pronounce it. It's Latin for side. It might be a little pretentious, but it's a working title that I don't hate. So I'm gonna roll with it for now. Yeah. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. This has been whatever it was. You have been you, characteristically wonderful. Until next time.